Guys, welcome back to the Last Gen podcast. Helping you elevate your careers, helping you elevate yourself, choosing what kind of financial route you want to take to elevate yourself. Today, I am joined with a very special entrepreneur. If you want to introduce yourself.
My name's Skyee. I run a brand called Alysium Beauty, which is a plant-based hair and skincare company, and it's all targeted at people of colour. All my products are handmade by myself. As I said, everything is completely plant-based. I get all my ingredients shipped in from different countries, across Africa, across Europe and stuff like that, to make sure everything is basically the highest quality it can be.
Wow. I mean, plant-based, everything's plant-based.
Everything that I make is plant-based.
So when I go like Packs and that and get the cantu and that, why is that like, what's wrong with those?
So Cantu is actually the reason why I started my brand.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting that you mentioned that. Cantu, back, let's say 15 years ago, they were like the biggest hair care brand that was about. They've been about for a very long time, especially in the Afro hair community. A lot of people use it, but over time, obviously, once the brand started to get bigger and bigger and bigger, the company was bought out.
Okay.
And when most companies, especially like companies that are targeted at the people of color, are bought out, most of the people that buy them are from the Caucasian community, and they change the formulas to make it more profitable for them. Obviously, the black community are very, very strict with what they put on their hair, put on their skin. A lot of them deal with many different issues like eczema, dermatitis, other types of scalp issues and skin issues. So when they find something that they like to stick to it. And these corporations know that when they buy the companies and stuff like that. So even though over time they will gradually change the formulas, people still buy them thinking, oh, maybe it's just that batch. Maybe I just done something wrong this time. But it's something that they've been loyal to for years. So they don't really switch up on it. You get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do get, because when I buy cantu, I say, this smells nice. But it's like, I don't really know what's going on when I apply it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They will, as I said, there's two different things they'll do. Some companies will just water down the ingredients. So obviously, if you look on most cosmetic products, first thing that's going to be on there is water, aqua. That's the first thing that's going to be on your ingredient list. And when you create cosmetics, a legal requirement is that the ingredients are done in most, like however much, like quantity the most to the least.
Oh, okay.
So if water is the first ingredient, that means water is the most in the product. So they will bump up the water content and drop other active ingredients in there. So say for instance, I don't know, the product says that it's olive oil and shea butter based. Say for instance, before the company was bought out, there was 5% of each of those ingredients in it. Now they'll add water, drop those percentages to 1%. It's now, there's still olive oil and there's still shea butter.
Yeah.
They can still put that on the market in. But is that olive oil and shea butter doing anything now? No, it's too watered down. But obviously, as I said, the black community are very loyal when they stick to cosmetics, because as I said, there's a lot of skin conditions that are not looked into as much in the NHS. So once they find something that they like, they stick to it. So they don't want to swap, because they're like, when they start swapping, then they're going to maybe encounter more issues from a different product. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they haven't tried that one before. At least with this one, they kind of know what they're getting.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, but really and truly, they don't know behind the scenes that the people have been bought out, and over time, these products are going to start changing. So they might now like this product today. 6 months later, they're saying, why is it not working in my hair anymore?
Okay.
Because the tub that they've got now is not actually the same tub that they were buying a couple of years back.
Because I've been growing my hair for, I'd say, 4 years now. My growth I feel like as boys, you kind of just don't really scalp your hair as much as you're meant to.
Yeah.
Like, you put oil in it and that. Yeah. So it's like, I get my hair done, the hairdresser puts in what she puts in, gummy, all of that stuff. And then after my hair gets done, I'm just like,
relief.
Yeah. But then I don't touch it.
But that's the thing, you don't really know what to do with it. And the thing, even touching on what you just said there, a lot of the hairdressers in the black community now, they're just hairstylists. And let's go back 15 years ago, you needed certain qualifications to actually be able to put your hands in people's hair.
Is it?
Yeah. You can't just work in a hair salon and you don't have no training.
What, so these Instagram girls there?
The Instagram girls, that's what they can do in their front room, because they don't have any qualification. They didn't go beauty school. They're not cosmetologists. Like, they don't know anything about hair. They don't know what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing when it comes to hair. All they know is how to make it look nice. So this is why a lot of boys now as well are struggling with stuff like dermatitis, which is like overly flaky scalp.
I think I got that.
Yeah, and that's literally from gummy.
What is it?
Yeah, because you're not actually supposed to place gummy on a scalp. Anyone who goes cosmetology school know that. Gummy is a hair product. So when they're parting your hair and they're just going like that with the gummy to part it, that's going to basically clog up your pores and cause your scalp to then get irritated and inflamed. But they don't know that. That's my point. So, and then even down to the fact that a lot of hairstylists will tell you come with your hair blow dried with no product in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're telling you they're putting it in a protective style. There's nothing protective about that style. Your hair is dry and then being placed in cameras or braids or twists or whatever for weeks on end with no maintenance. Then on top of that, you might even then, if you don't have any hair care knowledge, you might then try to take out your hair dry, which is then going to cause extra breakage. So these people are telling you, oh, you can grow your hair 4 inches or whatever by putting in these cameras. Maybe your hair did grow 4 inches. But as soon as you now go to take that out, all of that breakage is all coming back out.
So let's say I'm getting my hair done. What would you recommend? What do I need to do before? Whilst, let's say I'm going to get it done now.
Yeah.
I booked my appointment. Mm-hmm. My hair's in where it's 2K rows now.
Yeah.
What's the steps that I need to do to make it as healthy as possible?
So this is the reason why my brand is so important, because not only do I sell products, I also provide educational like videos and stuff on my social media. So just what you're saying now, like types of hair routines and stuff like that, that's where I would then post on social media, where you can then go and check that out in full. And you can learn about not just buying the products, but also the educational side of it. So just saying with your hair, I would recommend, as I was saying with the hairstylist even, most hairstylists, they tell you to come in, blow-dried hair, no product. A hairstylist who has knowledge on natural hair will tell you to actually come in with your hair freshly washed, if she's not going to wash it for you, with light moisturizer in it. So like a leave-in conditioner, a light curling cream or anything like that, something that's going to give your hair some moisture. But you don't want something that's too heavy, because this is why they're always complaining, because the leave-ins can interfere with the gels.
Okay.
And it can leave like a white cast on your hair when the gel and the leave-ins mix together. Yeah. Yeah, you probably experienced that before as well. So the reason why that white cast is left is because more time than not, that's to do with a filler product.
Wait, before you carry on, I just want to say, I appreciate all my hairdressers that do my hair, guys. Just so everyone knows.
I'm not saying no one. I'm not dropping no names. I'm just saying. Innit?
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so when I was saying earlier about the two different types of things that companies will do. So as I said, the first one was water. Was just adding water into it, which is not the end of the world. They're not damaging your hair by doing that. It's just kind of a little bit of a scam, because you're being sold something that's not really doing what it's supposed to do. Whereas the other thing, what they do is they put in fillers. And a filler is basically, it gives the product bulk. So it doesn't do anything good for your hair. It sits on top of your hair, but it gives the creams and stuff creamy consistency. So they've now put in water. They then put in a filler to basically fill up the container with nothing. It's just a chemical that basically does nothing. It's just a creamy consistency, just so they can give you cream. And then they'll give you, as I said, that little 1% of olive oil, that little 1% of shea butter, just so they can put it on the market. And really and truly, it's just the product is water, filler, and tiniest bit of whatever like goodness is in there. So as I was saying now, that filler is what causes the gel to turn white. That's that product that basically sits on your hair. It's unable to absorb into your hair. And most of the time, that's either parabens or sulfates. Parabens and sulfates strip your hair, or they add a coat to your hair. And that's what the hairdressers don't want. But with my products, because they don't have those fillers in it, you can mix my leave-in conditioner with a gel without getting that white coating. So you can get the best of both worlds, where you can now go to your hairdresser, your hair is now moisturized, she can now still put in the gel that she requires, and you still end up with the style that you want. It's still clean, it's still neat, but your hair is also moisturized properly throughout the 4 weeks. The other thing that you can also do during those 4-week periods is you can buy a hydrating spray. So I sell one, but it's technically not a hydrating spray. It's not marketed as that.
Yeah.
It's a product that's for locks.
Okay.
But I do want to make a product that is specifically for loose natural hair.
When it comes to locks,
yeah,
this trend of locks has become another pandemic.
Yes, it has. It actually has.
I blame Sexy Red. I think.
Yeah, the whole dreadhead thing. Yeah, it was the man them started losing their minds.
They lost it, and then the girl said, "Oh, I love a guy with dreads." And then it's like the tech fleece. I remember girls would post TikToks saying, "Oh, I love a guy in the tech fleece," and everyone
that's what comes in.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So with the lock spray, it's targeted at locks for one reason only. So with locks, obviously I've got locks, and you need to But when you buy a product and you put on locks, because your hair is matted together,
Mm-hmm.
you can only wash your hair to a certain extent. Obviously, with the bits that are matted together, it's very hard to clean your hair properly when you're loading products on that are very thick.
Mm-hmm.
Added on to what I was just saying, when products contain a lot of fillers, those are the worst for locks, because all that's going to happen is it's going to coat your lock in like gunk, and then it's very, very hard to clean off. Right, so that's why with the lock spray I targeted and marketed it at locks, because what you need to understand is that this product is light enough for locks. It can be used by anyone else, but it's light enough for locks. So I do want to make another product for braids and for loose curls, so that you can use those for protective styles and just for like a initial hydration. So during the 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks you've got your hair in, you could then use a lock spray to basically mist your hair during the time to keep your hair moisturized.
So just whilst it's done, just keep spraying?
Yes, just spray it. It will help with your scalp, and it will also help with your actual hair to keep it moisturized. And then when you go to take your hair out again, you want to mist your hair again, because you want your hair to be slightly damp when you're taking it out, so you don't end up with a lot of breakage. Because obviously, as I was saying, you can do all of this stuff, you can keep these protective styles in as long as you want, but it's very important that when you do the takedown process, that you're not then doing it on dry hair, not damaging your hair, and basically losing all of the length that you just tried to get during that process.
Wow, you know what you're talking about. So yeah, you know what you're talking about. You said you've been doing this for how long now?
So I've officially been in business for 4 years. I started February 2020, literally a month before lockdown, which was crazy. But I've been making products since I was 12.
12.
Yeah, and I'm turning 21 like in 2 weeks or so.
Okay, happy birthday. Yeah. 12. So why did you start making?
Back to Cantu actually. So during my primary and secondary school years, I might look light skinned, like, but my mum's black and my dad's mixed, and all my mum knew growing up was relaxer.
Okay.
All my mum knew. My mum had no idea how to take care of her natural hair. My dad, obviously being a man, he had short hair. He didn't know what he was doing either. So my mum knew she couldn't relax my hair because of the type of hair texture I had. She knew it would make my hair fall out. My auntie tried to do the same thing. My auntie had similar hair texture. It didn't go well. So she's like, I don't really actually know what to do with your hair. I can't do what I know, which is relax it. So we're going to try a few things.
Hair texture did your mum have?
So my mum's got type 4 hair.
Okay.
So has my younger sibling actually, which is so helpful now, because obviously I got my brand, taught her how to do her hair. So me, I was the pivot point at that point. So literally year 7, mum told me like basically she don't really know what she's doing. I need to go off. I'm getting older now. I need to go off and try find something. So I used to save up all my lunch money. I went eating at school. I said, nah, I'm going to buy hair products. I'm not going to school with my hair looking like this no more. So I'd go down to Peckham after school, go into all the hair shops, be looking different curling creams, different moisturizers, different like loads of stuff, using YouTube as well, because YouTube was really at the time the only source. TikTok wasn't available at that time. That wasn't a thing. Musically wasn't even popping like that when I was in like year 7 and whatnot. That came out like year 8, year 9. So it wasn't a big thing, and it wasn't
information.
It wasn't an information platform the way that TikTok is now. It was a music app, the dance app. You did all routines and lip syncing and whatever. You know what I mean? Just like that. So with that being said, the only platform that I had was YouTube. And there was a lot of misinformation on YouTube. And one of the things you'd obviously do, try to find someone who looked like you, try to find someone who had hair type like yours, go down, buy the products. And I would buy all these products that these girls were promoting. Nothing was happening to my hair. And when I was growing up, as I said, my mum didn't know what she was doing with my hair. So the one thing she used to do with my hair all the time, send me hairdressers. I'd go hairdressers, I'd get cane rows, I'd get straight backs, get patterns in them, whatever. But I always had my hair cane rowed. All the time. That was the only hairstyle I had. And my hair was long. My hair was real long when I was younger. But as I said, when I got to year 7, I wanted to start doing like having my hair out. I didn't want it in braids. Maybe like a boy, like after time when I was younger. Like people used to come up to me and be like, is that your son or your daughter? And I'm like, yeah, see, this is why this like can't run for much. What's his name? Riley. Yeah. Literally, so I was like, this can't run for much longer. Like I can't do this. So as I said, was looking for the different products in the hair shop, and my hair started to actually get worse. So as I told you, I had really long hair when I was younger, and then I was trying to like basically like get curl definition and stuff like that, so I could have my hair out. And over time, my hair was just breaking. and I was putting in more effort than I was when I was getting it braided, and I was basically losing hair. So I was so confused. I didn't really know what I was doing wrong. So I started obviously trying loads of different products, trying to find something that works for my hair. And over time, my hair was getting shorter and shorter and shorter, to the point where by the time I was in year 9, I couldn't even put my hair back in a ponytail anymore. And I used to have waist-length hair as a kid.
That's crazy.
So even people in my school now were starting to mention it to me, like, you know how girls can be. Like, it started to get like, people started making comments about it, and I started to get insecure about it, and I was like, yeah, like this is the problem, to the point where I just started covering up my hair. I was just like, yeah, this is not cool anymore. Like, I didn't really know what to do, so it was making my mental health so bad. And then one of my friends at this point in time, waving started coming out.
Oh, okay. The 360 waves.
Yeah, the 360 waves. So everyone was on the waving thing. And one of my friends, he's Ghanaian, and his mum always used to bring back shea butter from home. And he was making his little pomades for his waves and that. Like putting his little oils in it and whatever. And his hair was looking nice. And I was saying, no, what's going on there? Because my hair don't look like that. I've been buying all of these different products and nothing is working for me. But your hair looks really, really healthy. And he's like, yeah, I've been making my own stuff. So he told me his little formula now, and I was like, oh, so you've been like making this stuff at home? And he's like, yeah, like it's simple. I was like, okay, cool. So I went and started doing research. I didn't take his formula. I was just like, bro, like we can do this at home. Went down to my hair shop again. I got the raw ingredients this time. So I bought some shea butter, I bought some olive oil, some castor oil, stuff like that, and went back on YouTube again and looked at making some stuff from scratch. So I made like my first, let's say, hair growth oil and hair butter, which I still actually sell today, like years and years on, with obviously an improved formula with more knowledge. But that was the first thing. And the hair butter and the hair growth oil were the reason why my hair started to get so much better. And I started to see improvement. I started to see improvement very quickly. To the point where now the same girls that were talking about me at school were now asking me, what have you been using in your hair? Because your hair's coming back and your hair's coming back nicely. So then started making some stuff for my mum, started making some stuff for my sister, started making some stuff for the girls at school. And then I was like, oh, like this is actually working.
What year are you in now?
By this time I was in about year 9.
Okay.
Yeah. So by the end of year 9, obviously GCSEs were coming up. And I was like, this is a bit of a technical time to start a brand, but it was working. And I was like, I don't want to lose momentum. I don't want to stop. And then at the time that I want to do this again, it's not popping anymore. So I kept going. In year 10, I spent my whole, like, anyone at my school, they always used to laugh at me this, but now when you look back, it's like, right, he was actually very determined. So I spent my whole break and lunchtime either researching for the brand, or I was cutting up, like, labels and stuff for my products, because by that time I said, okay, cool, let's try and make this look.
Did you have a name by this time?
Yeah, so I actually I put out, I don't know if you use this app. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like an anonymous app when you was in secondary, and then people used to like type things on
like on Snapchat.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but you know exactly
what I'm talking about.
So there'd be like the text box, you'd post it with a link, and then people would swipe up
and write
stuff, but it was anonymous. So I must have posted that and said like, oh, I need a brand name. So loads of people have given me brand names. And someone wrote Alysium, but it's Alysium with an E. And Alysium basically means paradise.
Okay.
And I said, I like that. Like,
do you know who it is?
Now I do.
Oh yeah,
I do.
yeah.
It was actually one of my close friends when I was in school, because once I'd made like the decision to take the name, she messaged me and was like, "Oh, you picked my name." And I was like, "Yeah, it was good." So I changed it to an A. I thought it looked like a bit more aesthetic. I liked the A over the E. My uncle was a graphic designer. He stopped doing it now, but at the time, he was a graphic designer. So I sent him the name, and he got a logo done for me. Like, he hand drew my logo and stuff like that. He sorted out my first set of labels, and he helped me create my first website. And literally the whole of year 10 was spent basically trying to get the brand basically up and running.
What's crazy is that in year 10, I relaxed my hair. Oh my days, it was mad.
What? So you probably did it?
Do you know what I done? I done it the day before the first day back.
Yeah, finished.
Terrible.
One of my friends did that as well. He curly permed his hair the day before school pictures. Yep.
Headache. You not want to do that. Because I was thinking, these American
that
boys.
S-curl thing.
Yes, the S-curl. Oh, the blue one.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm saying, these Americans, they got their hair curly. Man's not realising different genes, different this and that. Bro, I walked in now. my head of year,
Yeah.
Mr. Turner, he looked at me and said,
What's going on?
it was a thing where all professionalism
Went
left.
out the window.
He looked at my friends and said, "What's going on, my man?" It was terrible. They called me reverse Michael Jackson for a good week.
Oh, not the reverse Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy.
It was bad.
That's crazy.